Hello, Sky Friends, and welcome to Seasons of Skyrend, Book 4. We're a custom 5e D&D adventure that focuses on the stories of our characters as they seek to change the world, and how the world responds in turn. I am your host and DM, Scott, and you can find me on Twitter at @TheScottBlake.
Hi, I'm Chris, and you can find me at EwokKiller on Twitter. I play Finnegan Finn Tempest, a Tiefling Trainer, which is a Skyrend original class supported by the Metalweave Games supplement Baby Bestiary. Finn is the trainer of Cerilius, a blue guard drake.
Hi, my name is Nate. You can find me on Twitter at Skyrend_Nate. I play Darvin Grimm, the human monk, and I am currently hosting Cade, the demigod of the land in my brain.
Hi, I'm Shannon. You can find me on Twitter at Skyrend_Shannon. I play Aranus Grey, the god of rebellion, and I am a half-elf bard.
You can also find the show on Twitter at Skyrend Podcast, and you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Skyrend Podcast. Head on over to find out about bonus chapters, early access, NPC creation, and more. Now then, thank you for joining us, and please enjoy this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. The city of Caravel has changed since your last visit. Previously, the city was friendly, yet costly. But now, simply passing through the gates comes with a hefty fee at ballista point. The beggars and merchants outside drew both your attention and your suspicion. Apparently, the Church of Rebellion arrived in Caravel before the god himself. While their sermons aren't exactly out of line with Arnis's intentions, the collection of funds from the already struggling followers felt counter to the spirit of the church. After a brief and non-lethal fight with a number of the church's order, the truth of the collections was discovered, and upon finding out that most of the money is split between payments to the now-deceased Mavic Tribeless, as well as the Silver Purse, it was decided that further action was needed. Finnegan quickly relieved the church of their lockbox, while Arnis laid down a new religious edict dictating that any money collected should be used to help people. Dealing with the church situation is only a small step toward a more meaningful solution. The Silver Purse won't change their ways just because one new church shows signs of resistance. Their reach extends throughout the city, and there are so many opportunities for them to squeeze funds out of the citizenry. With their presence looming over the city, you need to decide just how much you want to intervene. Some of your traveling companions are still with you outside the church, while others are taking the opportunity to explore the city. Parlin Tress, still recovering from the excitement of the fight and from watching their god proclaim a new law, simply asks, "What can we do to make sure the Silver Purse honors the church's new law?" And now I open it up to you all.
Well, the first thing we're going to do is take all this money and give it away to the people that actually need it. And the second thing we're going to do is go have a word with Lynn Jarvis.
Lynn Jarvis, the leader. Lynn Jarvis, who is the leader of the Silver Purse here in Caravel, as you discovered last time. Yes, okay. All right, are folks on board with that plan?
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Question. Who are the people who need it?
Oh, the people outside the gate.
Okay. So we're all going back outside. Or is it just the four of you? 5 if you count Cyril.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, let's have a brief group meeting here, because we have 2 things that we need to do. And before we go talk to the Silver Purse, I'd actually like some more information about exactly what they're doing to the businesses in the town. So if we want to divide our efforts, that would be really awesome. Because, I mean, there's enough of us that we can do it. So some of us should go out and distribute the money, and some of us should stay and just talk to the other businesses and people in town about the Silver Purse and exactly what's going on and see what they can find out.
I mean, I'm all for splitting the party.
I'm still almost dead, also.
do we
will
want to
heal
take a short
before we
rest
go.
as part of this?
Short rest is a good idea.
Yeesh.
All right. It sounds like Darvin may be the most hurt. I know he got picked on a little bit, but that's because he had his back turned.
Yeah, I'm not that hurt at all.
Where do you want to have a short rest? Where do you want to go? You could go back into the church. You could just be there in the streets. You could do this outside the city walls. You could find a cafe.
You know, I'm still a little uncomfortable being in that church, considering we just walked out with all their money. Yeah, can't imagine why we'd be uncomfortable. So I'm perfectly fine just like taking up post like on the edge of the street. You know, I will take out my loot and start playing because that's what I do to help people get extra heals, and just we can hang out for a little bit.
Okay. So you're on some street corner within like just right across the street from the church, or you
Maybe like
don't
a
even want to
block or
be
so down.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if you wanted to be right there by the church. Okay. You know, a block or so down the street, turn a corner, set up shop, begin resting, begin healing up. So folks can roll their hit dice if they want. Arnis, what's the extra bonus they get from your Song of Rest?
It is now a D10.
Ooh.
Wow.
You can add 1d10 to that healing.
I need to
Very
get
nice.
out a D10 because I was not prepared for this eventuality.
And I need to check my tamer stuff because I think if we're taking a short rest, that means I have to do some training.
Ooh. City
And
training.
I do have to do some healing too because Finnegan's, not Finnegan, but Cyril's taking quite a bit of damage she has.
Okay. Just a moment here. If I remember correctly, you have to take care of the training before you do the healing, right?
I believe that is correct.
Okay.
Thinking, man, with that extra D10, I can probably just roll 1 and I'll be fine because I was only at 66 of 87.
Yeah, you might be.
Yeah, on my first roll, I rolled a 2 on the D10 and I rolled a 1 on the D8.
I've rolled 2 ones on the D10 and just now I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, you only get the D10 once.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, you only get that once.
Well, then I rolled a 1 once.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll just roll 1 more D8. And I rolled another 1.
Oh, wow. Turns out that fight in the church just took a lot. It was very distracting.
Apparently.
And I've rolled 3 2s on my D8 also now. Well, 2 2s.
Alrighty, Chris. Alrighty. So,
3 2s.
gee, get these bad rolls out of the way now, by all means.
Or find a new D8. That's what I finally did. 2 1s in a row. And I was like, I need a new die. Also, don't forget to add your constitution to your rolls.
Gotcha.
That's true.
Hey, you're right. The new D8 rolled an 8. That's
Hey.
like my 7th
I
hit
switched
die.
D8s and rolled a 6. So, like, yeah, worth it.
All right. Let me just go down here. Where's this training? I found the thing in the class where it is each time you take a short or long rest with one or more companions, you must engage them in training of some sort for at least an hour, following the training mechanics in the BCR, the Beast Companion rules from the Baby Bestiary.
Mm-hmm.
On success, they gain the benefits of training and may improve their disposition towards you, and may gain the usual benefits of the rest as well. On a failure, the creature gains no benefits from the training. Their disposition towards you may worsen, and you gain no benefit from the rest. So, I forgot how much of a gamble that turned short rests into.
Because it takes like 5 successes or 5 failures to make any change, it's not much.
No, I meant just like if you fail on the training, you don't get the benefit of the rest, which means you don't get to heal.
Oh, which is fine. There's enough built in to ensure that I succeed that I'm not worried about it.
Okay. So, Darvin and Arnis, how's your healing going?
I'm good.
I'm done. I'm at 79 of 87. I'm not going to bother getting the rest of the way.
I'm at
Took too many
84.
rolls to get there.
Yeah, I'm at 84 of 115. I used a bunch of hit dice to get there.
Okay. In which case, Finnegan, let's talk about your training with Cyril.
Yes.
What is their current disposition towards you?
Current, I believe, is friendly,
Okay.
which is like the second from highest.
Makes sense. And then modifiers. No additional companion. What is the nature of this training? What are you doing? Is it disagreeable to them? I mean, I know you can't really say, like, I choose something that's disagreeable because you want disadvantage on this roll. So just like, what is the regimen while you're out here in the middle of a street?
I think we're going to go for... I was thinking about this. Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to use my like Arcana with my like minor illusion skill or spell to create like small little things for it to like chase after. Think like I'm picturing in my head like the first time Mufasa teaches Simba to pounce. Like they're just kind of practicing that simple activity. And so before we even start, like I put Cyril in the harness so she's smaller and not full size, like chasing
That's
after
good.
imaginary mice.
Okay. As soon as you said lights, I'm like, oh, like a laser pointer with a cat. Gotcha. Okay. I don't think that would be disagreeable.
It's something we've probably done a lot.
Are you bribing them with a snack at all?
I would say I probably keep at least a few of her favorite snacks on me for this specific instance where we're in a town and I know training needs to go well. Because if it doesn't go well, shit could hit the fan and I don't want to have to deal with her running rampant.
All right. I mean, I know that I'm looking at the list here, and there's disliked snack and there's favorite snack. So I want to ask here before we get too deep into it and just always being like, I have favorite snack on hand. What is Cyril's favorite snack?
I think because she was trained with me kind of at the monastery, it's something like simple to make, but that she doesn't get a lot of like venison jerky or something. Like I keep a small like stash of it for very specific instances.
Okay. Venison jerky. That would certainly be difficult to come across depending on where you are. Okay. Sounds good. Let's see. Favorable environment. I'm going to say a street corner is no. This is not favorable. Favorite snack? Sure. I can give you that -2 to lower the DC. Low on rations? Not yet. Quality time? I don't think this time. I think this is like a quick city training thing. I don't know if I want to call this
quality time. My idea of it is like what we just came off of, right? We're not doing a bunch of stuff. It's just kind of us. Now we're on the road. Like quality time would literally mean like we spend an afternoon, just the two of us.
And not like fighting in a church.
Yeah.
Okay. Repeat regiment. Not yet. So we don't have to worry about that. Unfavorable environment. Considering their training and their purpose, I'm not going to say this is an unfavorable environment. But temperament. Temperament is the last one.
That is...
Where is...
Timid.
Timid. And does that change the DC at all?
I'm looking for that chart right now. Where is it? There it is. Training modifier goes up by 1. So it makes it a -1 overall.
There it is. Okay, so it's a -1 overall.
And wait, sorry. It's actually an even wash because since she's a dragon, DC of any training check involving dragon or draconic creature is increased by 1. So it's an even wash.
Where's that information at?
That is under the companion origin. Every companion origin has a training modifier. So some are easier to train, others are harder to train.
Okay. Which page is that?
In the PDF, it is page 11. On the document itself, it's page 10.
Yeah, okay. Go aberration, beast, celestial, dragon. Oh, yeah. They should put that on that table that there's training modifiers for each origin. Not to diss this document. This is a very nice document. I like this document.
Yeah. It's very impressive the amount of work they did to create this system.
I just don't like having to check multiple places in the same doc for what I do when training.
I'll create a chart we can use more regularly since we're going to probably end up doing this a little bit more.
Okay. So there's all that effort, and it just came out to a 0.
It's just better than a negative, though.
Yeah.
Or better than a positive, I should say.
Yeah. I got you. Not reducing the DC, but all right. And where's the DC? That is right above that on page 18. So friendly, the DC is 10.
Nice.
Is that right?
That does sound correct.
Okay.
It should be lower the better the relation is.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Which stat do you roll for this?
It's based on the regiment you're doing. So since I'm planning on using minor illusion, I assume it would be Arcana.
Second.
Yeah. That sidebar on 19 explains how you would use different, because their whole point was they didn't want to make it just animal handling. So they give you a bunch of different ways you could use it, right? So I'm not like using leather workers tools because I'm not using a toy. I'm not using animal handling because I'm not doing like a specific thing with writing or something. So
I mean, I think if you're using your minor illusion, is that just a cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. Yeah, if you're using your minor illusion for this training, I can see this as an Arcana roll. Let's go ahead and roll that.
I crit.
Okay. It's a very good training time. You and Cyril can heal if you wish.
Yay!
But aside from that, they also get good training. I don't think anybody's going to like be chastising you for training your creature here in the middle of the road.
And I don't have any training mishaps, which is really the worst part.
No training mishaps, which is a shame. There's so many good things on this mishap table.
Oh, I'm fully aware of this.
Especially when you're just surrounded by civilians. That would be fun. Cyril has some good training time. They chase the light. They don't destroy any private property while doing so. People certainly will stare. They're not used to seeing a drake just in the middle of town playing with lights. But yeah, okay. Paperwork, healing work aside. Now, do we want to talk about what the plan is for what do we do with this money? What do we do about the silver purse? Do we want to gather some information?
Well, I mean, I would prefer to not go into the silver purse blind.
Okay.
So if anybody else has thoughts, I'm here for it.
No, that makes sense.
Right.
Intel is good.
Who wants to gather intel, and how do you want to gather it? Answer that in whichever order you want. That's your call. But I think those are the two main questions there is who's doing it, how.
Give me 1 second, I'm doing math.
That's fine.
I rolled 4 hit die, and I ended up with 1 less than maximum.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right. Scott, because I'm trying to juggle a few things, can you remind me, and I can check the doc if I need to, when spending hit die for Cyril, is that spending Finnegan's hit die or is that spending Cyril's? I can't remember. I think it was Finnegan's because I think it works like your training.
Yeah, I think that came from your
It comes
tamer,
from my subclass.
What are we? Yeah, whatever we're calling this subclass. Methodology. That's right. Methodology.
Yeah, expend your own hit
shared respite.
Cool. Okay, I'm all good. I'm ready.
Okay. So if we want to gather some intel on the silver purse, who wants to do it and how? You can do this yourselves. You can entrust your party members to go do this, but it's a group decision.
It's not my strength, putting that out there.
That's fine. I mean, you can gather information however you want to.
Yeah, I'd say this is the perfect sort of activity for our followers. Like, this is a great off-camera activity. Somebody go and get us some information.
All right.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Well, the party members that you have available, even if they're not right there with you, like you can find them in short enough order and ask them to go get this information. You've got Sam and Carolina, who've both been here before. Intel is not necessarily their strength. Carolina's very good at infiltration, but they could certainly try. They're both adults, and it's not like that would get in their way. There's Felicity. I don't know if there's a Church of Favon here, but she's a responsible adult by all measures. There's Parlin, who's, only got so much energy in a given day. They are a little bit older. They are probably not going to be forceful in gathering any information, but, trusting face probably. And then you've got the kids. Tonk, who's a young performer. Morello, who's a young assassin. Mahogany, who is just some child gang leader. Seth, who's a bookkeeper. And, there's Ristos. You can always just turn to him, but I don't know if he'll be doing you any favors just yet. And to be clear, you can send out, you can ask as many of these NPCs to do this as you want. Like they'll go and make a group effort if that's the plan. I have my thoughts on who I think would be most appropriate for this, but these are your friends. This is your party.
I think sending the Assassin's Guild members a good idea.
Weirdly enough, I actually don't disagree.
Just tell him not to kill anybody.
Yeah. You know what? Send him and Tonk as a team.
That's a good idea.
I mean, if it worked for Vale and Aranus all those times.
We're setting up just like the younger version of them.
There you go.
Cool. Hey, Darvin, who's little you?
I don't know. Is there a little me?
I mean, there's Mahogany. She
It's
could
definitely
be.
the gang leader. Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go with the gang leader.
She's beat up some other children in her day. Ay. Okay.
This is a bad
You
idea? I think this is brilliant.
No, I think this is a fun idea. So, what do you tell them that you need? What do you tell them? What information do you want them to go get? They can't bring back an encyclopedia on the silver purse, so they need some direction.
Oh, come on.
Since we're not playing out the scene, you have to give them, an idea of what you want. So that way when we roll it, that's it.
Okay. What do I want?
This can be broad or this can be very specific.
Okay, I think broad is the way we're gonna go. Basically, like, I want to know, like, really what I want to know is what the silver purse is up to, but they're not going to find that out from the businesses that they're stealing money from. I want to know, how has your well, I guess this is specific. How has your interaction with the silver purse changed since the lockdown? Just like anything that's changed, which is how it's kind of broad, but I guess that's more specific than I was intending, but that's the question I want answered.
Okay. Finnegan or Darvin, is there any type of intel that you would want to request from them?
No, Finnegan doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I can't think of anything I would add to that.
Okay, so the question, let me just repeat this back so I'm writing this down quickly. How have your interactions with the silver purse changed since the city went into lockdown?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Now then, while they're out gathering information, we'll have a roll for that here in just a moment. But before we do, while they're out there gathering information, what do you want to be doing? Is this where you're going distributing money, all Robin Hood style?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do while the kids are out getting info?
I don't have any intention of doing anything else.
Nope.
Got nothing else on my plate.
Okay. This time we're going to do things a little bit more as intended as when I made this party document. You have 3 of them out there looking for information. Tonk, Morello, Mahogany. They're going to go out and ask some shop owners this question. Tonk, being a performer, a little immature, but he's not brash. People won't immediately be throwing a child. Well, he's like a teen now, but he's a gnome, so he's still pretty small. Won't be throwing him out of their shops or anything. Morello will be Morello is a little brash, so if this goes terribly, he might break something. He won't stab anybody. You told him no killing, but he might break something. So this is a good combo of people. So who wants to roll for this effort these kids are going to go make?
After the number of ones I rolled on my hit dice, I don't think it should be me.
That's kind of what I'm feeling like, too.
I'll roll it. Sure.
Finnegan.
What am I rolling?
All right. So
Roll?
no, hold off. Don't roll anything yet. We're going to give them a bonus. First off, we're giving you a bonus to the roll based on their bond. This reflects just like how much they actually want to do a good job because they like you.
Got it.
We'll use Tonks because his is the highest, which is a 3. So we get a +3 to the roll. And because you have 3 of them out there doing this, and between the 3 of them, they can ask a lot of people and not scare anybody off. I think it will give you advantage on this roll as well.
Nice.
So +3 with advantage, and just how well you roll will determine the level of information you get. And if you crit fail, Morello, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. We're gonna do good. It's a good roll. Another crit coming up.
+3 is a 15.
Hey, that's decent information. So, how have interactions with the Silverburst changed since the city went into lockdown? 15. Awesome. Do you want to get this information before you do the money thing, or is this after you've given out the money?
No, I figured we were doing it at the same time. So we would end
Okay.
up with the information after we've already distributed the money.
Sounds good. So, let's get you guys back out of the city walls. Same day, so same guards are out there, including, what was his name? Including Rufus Fletcher, that burly, muscly guard at the gate. He'll let you back out. Gate closes behind you. He gives you a little wave. Says, thanks for visiting the city. And you go out. There's some beggars there. There's Nico there. There's some religious folks there. And there's some merchants selling, goods. How much of this money are you giving away?
All of it.
All of it. Who are you giving it to?
Well, let's start with this. How much money is there?
Hey, there's a question we hadn't asked before. Let's roll some dice. Let's roll some dice. I'm gonna roll 3d10, one for each coin type: gold, silver, copper. Ooh. Apparently, they had not made the drop yet after the collection, possibly for a couple of days. There's 100 gold, 80 silver, 20 copper.
Okay, that's a start. Okay, you said there's beggars, there's merchants selling goods, and then there was a third type of person.
There's the religious folks who are asking you to come in and support their church. Please donate. Or, come and do church stuff.
Okay.
That's how you found out that the Church of Rebellion was here.
Okay, and that's all. Is that all people from the Church of Rebellion?
No. There's only one from the Church of Rebellion who was there. Who was that? That was Rhonda Glenn out there. She was out there, deacon for the Church of Rebellion.
Okay.
But there was also representatives from the Church of Olwenir, the Church of Liana, the Church of Dorlek. So elves, halflings, orcs. The representative from the Church of Dorlek was not an actual orc, because there are no more orcs.
Right. Yeah, I did that. Thank you for reminding me. It's fine. It's not painful at all.
Yeah, and Nico, he's wrapped up there with the merchants, I will say, since he's selling papers.
Okay. If I were to take a rough head count, how many beggars do I see? Oh, there goes the glasses. It's okay.
Let's find out.
Grab it.
How many beggars are there? This time I'll roll the percentile die. Quite a few. Just want to make sure I didn't mention a number last time. No, I just said there are a number of beggars lined up outside of the city. So cool. This number can be however high I want it to be.
Oh, man.
And the dice tell me it's 54 beggars.
Holy Lord, that's a huge number.
It's a lot of beggars.
That's a huge number. Okay, how many
There's
merchants?
more since the last time you came out here.
Apparently. Apparently we're getting near the end of the day and there's more and more people that need to get back into the city.
I say we just throw it all up and let them fight over it.
No.
You're going to make it
Not doing
rain?
that. We are absolutely not doing that. I'm not having these people killing each other over money.
Fine.
Absolutely not doing that. Okay. How many merchants are there?
Decidedly fewer. There's not going to be hundreds of merchants out here. There will be 19 merchants, though.
Oh my God.
We could
I
give
know.
it to the merchants and depend on trickle-down economics.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. Because,
based on that logic, you should give it to the silver person. Rely on trickle down.
Yeah,
Right,
but they're not
because-
out here.
Because Reagan was such a genius. Anyway, no, we're not doing that. If you really want an economy to improve, you give to the least, not the people that have most. So,
All right. If you just want to say you split the money evenly between everybody, that's fine. We don't have to get into the small details
that's
unless
fair.
you're actually giving
Okay.
people different money based on their situations.
No. Here's what I want to do. I don't know if this is the right call, but it's the call that I'm going to make. I want to split all of this money evenly among the beggars, not the merchants.
Agree.
That's fine. Do the churches get anything?
Agreed.
None for the churches.
Yeah, screw that.
Oh, okay. Oddly enough, since there are 54 beggars, and the way the math works out on those coins is like 108 gold, 0.2. If you convert it all to gold, that means you can give each of these beggars like 2 coins. You can give each of these beggars 2 gold, and you'll have 20 copper left over. That's not enough to split among them. So if you want to just give that to one of them or do whatever else you want with it, that's fine. But you could give some
I
of
had
that
this-
to a family that's out here begging and just be like, hey, you guys, here you go. You just tell me.
Yeah.
Whoever you want to be out here begging for this money.
I like that idea best, only because like I was thinking like, hey, we could go around and give 1 copper to each of the merchants, but I feel like that's more of a slap in the face than actually anything else. So
That's like just dropping a penny in the tip jar.
Yeah,
Here you go.
I realized that. As soon as I thought it, I was like, no, that's shitty. I'm not doing that. So yeah, if there's like a family out here like begging together, we'll give like the 20 copper to them.
Sure. Let me see who they are. Well, let me just create a new family here real quick. Okay. Giving the church money to the poor outside of Caravel, including a family of 6. The mother is a halfling. The father is a goblin who is recovering from the withering. He still has a lot of bone scars and plates over his arms and legs. And their kids, being half goblin as well, have a few of those, and they are very gracious to receive this money. Oh, I need a name. So there's the father, the goblin, Icketer, and there's the mother, Marcella. And then there are 3 kids they're just tired from the day. And when you don't have enough money, everything's exhausting. And Marcella is very happy to receive a little bit of extra coin from you.
All right. Cool. In that case, then let's head back into the city.
Okay. So you're meeting the kids in the city then?
Mm-hmm.
Once you get back in. All right. As you approach the gate, Rufus stops you and says, hold up. That'll be a silver apiece to get in.
Cool. I hand it over. How many of us are there out here? I guess it's
You tell me.
Well, it's everybody but the kids, right?
The adults didn't have to follow you back outside if you didn't want them to.
I guess they didn't have to. I just assumed that, like, if we didn't send Parlin off to do that stuff, that he would stick to me like glue. I'm sorry.
You're correct. So yeah, let's bump that up by a silver, 5 silver. Rufus looks around and is like 5. He's counting Cyril.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. The ballista turn away from you, and Rufus opens up the gate, or Rufus calls for the gate to be opened. It opens up and they let you in. No worries. You paid your fees. There's no hand stamp for re-entry. Good news, since you paid all those beggars, they can actually afford to get back into the city tonight.
Yep. That was kind of the idea.
Okay. We're back in the city, and Tonk, Morello, and Mahogany find you. Where do they find you?
So I would have told them, like, let's meet back at this street corner, like where we just were.
So you head back out to that street corner, not too far from the Church of Rebellion. You wait a little bit. Tonk, Morello, and Mahogany come rushing around. Tonk looked like he's had the most work to do while they were out doing this. He did most of the talking, so he's a little bit more exhausted than the other 2. But with 15, they did get some decent information. So Mahogany, she'll speak up. So we went around asking a bunch of merchants and stuff, how things changed. Some of them were a little bit happier to give up the information than not, but it seems accurate enough, as far as I can tell. The gist of what we're getting is, not too long ago, King died. Palace in Vermilion exploded. No one in power. Well, no clear person in power. So the silver purse started being a lot more tight with those silver purse strings. Money wasn't flowing as well. Fees went up. Any of the churches that no longer had, gods to go with them, started getting sold off as if they were business areas. The flow of goods is far more regulated now. It used to come in either through wagons or through boats on the ocean branches, and then pretty much get distributed to the merchants here pretty freely. And now it is much more controlled. Loans are not really happening as much anymore. And if you want to stay open, you got to pay your fees at the very least weekly. Some people are paying it daily. Does anyone have any follow-up questions?
No, I think that confirms everything that I'm angry about.
I would just ask, like, well, first I would say, like, thank you. That is like, that's exceptionally well done. And ask, how did the people seem to you? Like their mood. And I would pretty much be looking at Tonk. I don't know if the other two are going to notice something like that, but just like what, yeah. But any of them can answer.
Tonk might be the best judge of that, but I think Morello and Mahogany are not unskilled at that.
Right.
If Morello's a young assassin, he's got to understand how people are, like what's motivating a person currently. And Mahogany is a street tough, a street gang member, probably has some experience in that as well, at least with other kids. And to be a leader, you gotta understand your child gang. How did they seem? Like emotionally?
Yeah.
Tonk says, not great. Drained, I think, would be the most common. Just, it's rough out there. People are getting by, but not happy about it.
Okay.
Given the information, given what you've seen, what you've heard, this confrontation with the silver purse, are you thinking this is a violent confrontation? Or is this just giving somebody a stern talking to? How do you get them to change their ways? Because before you go and confront them, maybe you want to know what you're doing.
Oh, I mean, I don't think Arnis ever starts with the intention that there be violence. So no, my intention is not to bring violence upon them,
Okay.
but I mean, as always, I would want to convince them to change their ways, but really, like, but I don't want to commit to a course of action until they tell me why they're doing what they're doing.
Okay.
Because if I can get a why out of them, then that makes it clearer to me, like, oh, okay, I can find a way to make it stop, or we have to murder the shit out of some people.
Finnegan and Darvin seemed on board with maybe busting up some shops to send a message.
Well, I don't want to hurt the merchants. I don't want to hurt the people that are being forced to pay all the fees.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If you want to hurt anybody that's like directly associated with the silver purse, bust some heads together to send a message. A little bit of a mob tactic. I'm okay with that, but like,
okay. I mean, there's probably some shops here that are run directly by like some silver purse higher ups and not just
I'm okay
lower
with
level
that,
guild members.
Totally okay.
But
with that.
that's for later if we decide we need to bust up some shops. Okay. You've healed. You've Robin Hooded some money. You've gotten some information about what's happening, how this is affecting the merchants more directly. What do you want to do?
I want to go talk to Lynn Jarvis.
Starting with the head honcho.
Hey, I'm not fucking around, man.
All right. Well, you all have been, I shouldn't say you all, Darvin and Aranis, you have been to the Silver Purse Guild Hall here before when you were bribing someone for information about where to find Iona Santorum, who then mysteriously died in a fire.
Yup.
Okay. First question. Are you taking any NPCs with you? Are there any party members you want to accompany you?
I think I might purposefully leave them out of this only because if we get recognized, I don't want us to be associated with I don't want them to all have the burden of association with us, especially because Sam is with them. And even though he's in his split form, I don't know if that's the correct term, but
We got you.
I don't want anybody to figure out that that's who he is.
Okay.
And so I would ask that the three of us and Cyril go in and everybody else just kind of be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, go into an antique store or something and just
wait.
I don't know.
I mean, Finnegan, unless you say otherwise, I'm going to always assume that Cyril is accompanying you because
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about saying and Cyril will be there too.
I appreciate that you include her though.
Just worry about when they're not going to be there. Yeah.
Okay.
No, she will always be included because one, your class is tamer. Without Cyril there, you're not as effective.
'Tis true.
So, folks good with that? Just the four of you going to the Silver Purse Guild Hall.
Yeah.
Okay. Rystos is watching, judging, jotting down notes. The rest of the party will go and make themselves busy. We don't need to worry about what they're doing. So, Darwin and Arnis, you've been here before. You've gone to the Silver Purse Guild Hall before. You remember where it's at. It's over near the Stained Court. It is also very close to the Contract House, which is the royal house here in the city. The Contract House is surrounded by another set of walls, not as impressive as the outer city walls, but still a barrier. The Silver Purse Guild House butts up against that wall on the outside of the Contract House. There are fights in the Stained Court today. They are a little less extravagant than they were before. Things are not as clean, but if you're not heading into the Stained Court itself, there's not really much you'll be able to tell as far as what's changed and what hasn't. But if we want to go into the guild hall, let's go into the guild hall.
Yep.
There is a line of people outside of the guild hall. Again, they've got payments, they've got goods. Some of them are empty-handed, more than last time. Anyways, are empty-handed and looking very worried. That is a separate, you don't have to be in that line to get in. That line is for people paying dues. But you can just go in and find someone at a desk to help assist you. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Just making sure I've given you guys all the opportunities to stop me or to set anything up that you need to. But yeah, let's go into the Silver Purse. And because it's entertaining to have recurring NPCs, you enter into the Silver Purse Guild Hall, and Anita, the same person who assisted you last time, middle-aged woman, streak of gray in her hair, glasses, she is free to assist you.
Okay.
Hey, you bribed her once. Maybe it'll work again.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Good afternoon, folks. How can the guild be of assistance today?
Hi. Would like to speak to Lynn Jarvis, please.
Oh, I see. And does Lynn know that you're here to see him?
No.
So just to drop in with the leader of the guild. That's all.
Yes.
When would you like to meet?
No.
Oh, I see. And what, may I ask, is your business with Lynn?
Well, I suppose if I had to put one thing as my business, I have questions about why 3/4 of this town suddenly seems destitute when they weren't a month ago.
Well, Lynn is a very busy man, and I am not his secretary. The best I can do for you is to pass word along. I don't know if he'll be able to see you today. That's none of my concern.
Well,
Does she have a desk or something?
Yeah, this is at a desk.
Okay.
Anita has a desk. It's her desk. It's set up with some of her own personal knickknacks, including, if you may recall,
yeah,
a tiny little silver purse coin bank that she keeps eyeing as you're talking to her and giving her these outrageous requests.
Okay, so she said it's none of my concern. And I can see her clearly eyeing this, this trinket thing,
yes,
right?
she was not all that subtle about that last time.
Okay, true.
Finnegan's going to introduce himself here. As she starts eyeing it, he lifts it up and starts pulling coins out of it.
You're a dick. All right.
And then I take the first one, I whistle, and I chuck it as far as I can, and Cyril goes chasing after it.
Does Cyril eat the coin when she finds it?
She fetches it and brings it back, and then I just start playing catch with all of these coins.
As he's doing this, I look at Anita. First, I try really hard to not giggle. I look at Anita and go, "Oh, it's not your problem. So then you can direct me to the person whose problem it actually is, and I can just deal with them."
Just a second. We have to deal with Finnegan being immature. But I appreciate that you're trying to keep her distracted while he's doing that. Or keeping her busy. I don't want to say distracted. She notices this is happening, of course.
Oh, yeah. It's not really meant like to keep her distracted. I'm just continuing the conversation.
Sir, put that down. That is not yours. That is mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Do
would
you want to put this
appreciate.
down? And I chuck another one.
Uh,
Another one.
So sorry. She says you need to put that down. That is not yours. That is not a toy. It is certainly not for your pet.
Oi, you want me to put this down? Why don't you go, Fitch? And I threw it. And Cyril doesn't run after this one.
You just throw the coin, not the whole like little coin bank.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
1 second.
Oh, Finnegan.
He's about to get us in so much trouble.
That's a 19.
Oh, maybe not.
Anita catches herself a moment and she tries to gain a little bit of composure. And she motions over to a worker who kind of keeps an eye on the guild hall. There are a few of them. Not quite guards, not quite security guards, like somewhere in between like a mall security guard and a police officer, basically.
Okay.
Maybe a step below private security guard. They're keeping an eye on things. She motions over to one of them and he's going to go try to get the coin. And he's keeping an eye on you. She's like, no need to cause a ruckus. No need to make a mess. No need to make a mess. You don't throw my things, you know. We can talk. We can have a chance to work this out peacefully. Now then, misters, she looks at the three of you, basically asking for a name, who to address, and how.
Oh, Gray.
Mr. Gray, do you speak for your companions?
Sure.
Could you tell him to put that down then? And she motions to Finnegan and the silver purse that he's taken from her desk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you've misunderstood here. Like, do I speak for us? But sure, I can answer a question, but like, I don't control these people. He has free will.
Well, no shit. That's not what she says.
I guess really what I'm trying to say is like, this clearly has some sort of, this thing has some sort of value to you.
Yes, there is money inside.
Now we know what you value. Thank you.
She works for the fuck.
I know she does. So let me make a deal with you. You seem to understand that. He puts that down. You tell me who I actually need to talk to.
Roll persuasion. No advantage here. We're swinging from violence to dealing.
Shooting from the hip.
Not like you need
violence.
advantage. Sorry, not violence, but you know.
I got a 24.
That's more than enough.
Mm.
Sorry, Finnegan, I was not meaning to say you were being violent, but aggressive tactics to calm tactics.
Got it.
Worked though.
Okay, look, if you could put that down, sir, I can go speak to someone, find out if Mr. Jarvis has any free time today, and you all can just sit tight right here. Is that okay?
Hi. And I drop it, and I whistle, and Cyril sits on it.
Such an ass. Anita's just like, please stay here. Don't touch anything else, please. She's going to get up from her desk. She's going to go talk to a few folks. While you have a few minutes here at her desk without her, is there anything anybody wants to do?
I really have the urge to go poking through her desk, but I'm not going to do that.
Oh, you just say the word.
No. We really need to talk to the big boss man, and so I'm going to not poke her any further than we already have, considering we already have security watching us.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably wise.
I want to, though. Ooh, I want to.
There's drawers and documents everywhere. Okay. After speaking with a few people, Anita returns. Thank you so much for not disturbing my desk further, first of all. A little bit of unfortunate news. It seems Mr. Jarvis is in the contract house today, and if you wish to see him, you will have to go there.
Okay. And I give a motion to Finn to be like, just I don't get it back on the desk. And I just start to walk out.
I look at Cyril and I give a long, low whistle, and she picks it up in her mouth, climbs up on the desk and drops it on the desk, and then jumps down.
Awesome.
Question, how big is Cyril right now?
About the size of a golden retriever.
Okay.
Lovely.
Not big enough to break a desk, but big enough to knock all the other papers and
Everything. off
writing
of it.
implements off of her desk. Oh, this poor woman.
Dude, she bribed the shit out of us the last time.
You mean you had to bribe the shit out of her?
Yeah. Like she
Extorted.
that's the word. I was like, blackmail isn't the word. Extorted. She extorted the shit out of us last time.
It's just business.
So her little silver purse thing gets a little slobbery and her papers get messed up. Wah.
Mm-hmm. So some people are being taxed into poverty. Wah. That's not her decision. Sorry, she wouldn't say that.
No, but she works for the people that are doing it and she's not telling them not to. So she's never mind. I won't say it.
You know, I didn't have a chance to bring it up because of the methods you guys use, but her poor son never did get to see that fight with the Beast of Medulary Hill. He was very let down.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Okay. As you leave, she's trying to straighten up her desk, clean her things off. This is just like ruined her day. Ruined her day. But yeah, Lynn Jarvis is in the contract house today. Are you just going right there?
Yep.
Cool. As mentioned, the contract house is practically next door, but it is walled off. Approaching the gates, there are a couple of guards standing out front, swords at their side. The gate is closed, of course, and one of them will stop you and she says, "Hold up. Business, please."
We're here to see Lynn Jarvis.
"And you are?"
And with that, we'll bring this chapter to a close. But the story will always continue. Thanks again to all of our Patreon patrons for your support. If you'd like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/Skyrend Podcast and pick out a level that's right for you. Before we go, I'd like to give special thanks to everyone at the $5 and up tiers. At the $5 City Council level, thank you, Shannon DeMello. At the $10 Mayor level, thank you, Christopher DeMello. At the $15 Governor level, thank you, Paul Calicott, Phoenix Bryan, and Sierra Jones. Thank you for listening to this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you find us. If you want to chat, we're on Twitter at Skyrend Podcast. You can join our Discord server, or you can email us at skyrendpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us online at skyrendpodcast.com. As always, thanks to Daryl Barnes for creating our theme music. You can find them on Twitter at DarylBarnes_. We also want to thank the talented at Gabby_Desu on Twitter for our fantastic podcast art. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time on Seasons of Skyrend.
We're going to give it another go. It's a bit more zing. A bit of zing. Zing. Yeah. Ready? Hello. With a hello. No.
Hello.
Wait till I get through the whole thing. Ready? Wait till hello with a billowing hilltop.
Hello.
Oh dear.
We're waiting to get through the whole thing.
No. I mean,
I thought that was the whole thing.
The whole thing is hello with a billowing hilltop. Okay, that's the whole thing. Yeah?
Okay.
That
was right.
That pretty much sums up the show. But if you want to find out any more, you can visit us at www.billowinghilltop. Is it com? Does anybody know?
.org.
Is it?
It's .com.
What do we do? What do we play?
There's monsters.
Does anybody remember?
Walking around.
I don't know.
And, yeah.
We will be delighted if you were to join us around our table as we play Dungeons. Is it 5th edition? Hello?
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. We
What
play
was that
Dungeons
noise
and
in the
Dragons.
background? Sorry, that was me.
What was that noise in the background? There will be noises in the background as we play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition through the classic Paizo adventure path, The Age of Worms. You can expect this. No! Quite a bit of this.
I'm completely lost.
This. This.
Got a bugbear in my underpants.
And one of these.
Oh dear.
We're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Spotify, and we're on TuneIn, and you can find us on Twitter, and you can find us on Facebook. And we hope you join us. Thanks very much.